All right, guys, good morning. We're back here in Colma, California, the necropolis that it is. It is just south of San Francisco. I've talked about it on some other videos. It's still mind-boggling to me. There's 1.5 million people buried in this city and only 1,300 living residents. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's just, I don't know. That's just wild. So anyways, we are out here this morning at the Hills of Eternity Cemetery, and we are going to pay our respects to and visit Mr. the Old West legend himself, Wyatt Earp. So, cowboy, gunslinger, sheriff, lawman, gambler, boxing ref. He was kind of everything. So yeah, we're out here today, and we're looking for his grave. It should be pretty easy to find. There's lots of references to go by online that you can search if you're looking for it. But I'll also put a little thing later about where to find it on the video. So, This cemetery is actually a little trippy. I've never been here, and I'm looking around, and so this is a Jewish cemetery, right? So his wife was actually Jewish and had him cremated and buried here, and then when she passed away, she is buried with him, but she's not cremated. So they are together, they're in the same resting spot, and that's why he is in a Jewish cemetery. But hold on, let me turn this camera around because this is kind of a trip. All right, I'm sitting here and I'm looking at all these graves, and in every section, even across the street, everything is facing west. Now I know you can't see, but the mountains are right there, and over the mountains, or the hills, I should say, is the Pacific Ocean. San Francisco is north of here that way, but why? Now this is the first Jewish cemetery I've ever been to. So is there something about them facing west, or did they just design this based on driving in the street? It's very odd to me that everything is facing west for some reason. I don't know. Well, this one isn't. Obviously, this one's facing north, but everything else, actually, you know what? The mausoleums all seem to be facing, no, because that one's facing west as well. That one's facing west. I don't know. This is just very weird to me. I don't know why, but it just seems very purposeful that they're doing it. Also, you know what this reminds me of? I've never been in New Orleans, but I've seen a video of New Orleans cemeteries, and the walkway, right? The stairs, these, just like the stone design on everything. Reminds me of New Orleans because they have cemeteries like that where you have actual walkways where you're not just wandering on grass. And this is the first one I've seen like this. I haven't been to one here in California that has walkways everywhere just like this. It's kind of a new thing. But yeah, we're out here to visit Mr. Wyatt Earp, and we're actually really close to where he's at. And oh man, look at this. Hold on, let's go up here really fast, because look at this. Someone actually broke out one of the stained glass windows. That's not cool. Oh man, that's sad. Yeah, bummer. That's not nice. Don't do that, guys. That's not nice. Be nice when you come to these places and paying your respects to people. So, actually, I walked right past it, but here we are. Here is the final resting place of Mr. Wyatt Earp, resting alongside his wife Josephine, Sarah Marcus. Mr. Wyatt Earp, right here. People have left little things for him. There's some coins and some Jim Beam. There's some money. There's some money there since he was a gambler. That's why all these quarters, I would assume. Got the Marshall thing right there. I don't know what this orange glass is. The burnt orange glass. Amber glass. It's very, very pretty. I don't know what it is, though. Yep. Got him some whiskey, a little police badge. And yeah, Mr. Wyatt Earp, guys. 1848 to 1929. And the thing that's crazy about Wyatt Earp is his fame did not happen until after his death. He strived to be famous, but he never accomplished that while he was alive. It wasn't until after he died, and there was a biography written about him, and that's kind of when his legend began and his stories began. The OK Corral shootout. All those stories didn't get out till after he passed away. So I know he did have some connections to Hollywood somehow, even though he was from Tombstone, Arizona, where he was most famous and notorious for being a lawman there. But he had some connections in Hollywood with producers and directors, and he was trying to, you know, be famous and get his story out, but it wasn't until he died, when he died, that they actually took notice of that and decided to, you know, write a book. Obviously, there's been movies made about him, starring, you know, Kevin Costner, Kurt Russell in the movie Tombstone. Kevin Costner, I believe the movie's just called Wyatt, that he's in, but very trippy. Sorry, getting texted. But yeah, we're right here in Colma, California. I believe you know, he finished his life in San Francisco. That's why he's actually, you know, resting here. So that's completely different as to where he's actually from. But you know, I think maybe his wife was from here. And this tombstone is actually not the original tombstone. This is, well, it's either the third or fourth. There's different reports online, and it's either the third or the fourth one. But the first one was stolen, second one was stolen. A lot of people said this is the third, but it could be the fourth. The first one is actually recovered. They found it in, I forget where they found it, but it is actually in like a little museum here at this cemetery. Now, unfortunately, we have this little thing called COVID going on. So the office is closed. It's only appointment only. And they're not doing any kind of, you know, visits for the museum section. I guess just, you know, for anybody that's looking to, you know, book, well, unfortunately, you know, book a plot for somebody who passed away. So, yeah, I don't know. I just want to stop by and pay my respects to Wyatt Earp. And you know, I love Western movies. I do love the Old West. I love it all. I just like my buddy Justin would say. Yeah, it's just, you know, it's fascinating stuff. History. I love history. And this is a big part of the Old West history. So, yeah, I don't know. All right, I'm going to go ahead and walk around and see if there's anything cool I can show you guys. Because I saw this one, and I like this one. This one has two doves with, you know, a Bible with the inscription, and that's just a different kind of plot than I've seen, but it's pretty cool. This one, it's nice and tall. That's a good 6.5 feet, 7 feet tall. It's just different, right? It's very cool. All right, I know it's a little hard to see right there, but that is the main entrance and the main street that comes right in here. If you're coming to look for Wyatt Earp, you basically want to look for this mausoleum right here, along with that palm tree, but more so this one right here, a little dome, C. Meyer. And then you walk right down this path, and you're going to find him on the left-hand side, about 3/4 of the way down. So, pretty cool, pretty easy to find actually. Lots of visitors, and the workers are actually very helpful. They'll point out where you know, where people are at. So, okay, so one thing I forgot to mention about Wyatt Earp is he actually, you know, you think of the OK Corral shootout and all the gun battles he must have been in as a lawman in the Old West, right? Bank robberies, train robberies, all that kind of stuff. And he outlasted all of those. Like he beat all of those, and then when he did pass away, it was from a urinary tract infection. So it's like that badass of a man, you know, was taken out by a urinary tract infection. So it's kind of, you know, it's like that's kind of a bummer way to die when you're that cool of a guy, you know, and you had all that action in your life. And I don't know, just something that I was just kind of thinking about right there. But and I did Google just now as I was walking. Sorry, I saw these. Hold on. Okay, so I was walking back to the car. You know, I was looking at different ones, and I saw these giant mausoleums over there. And again, look at these are all facing west. Anyways, I saw these giant mausoleums over there, the above ground ones, and I wanted to see who they were. Unfortunately, there's rocket launching water going on right now, so I can't go through this path. I can't really go here. I'm gonna have to go around. I'm gonna go this way through the actual cemetery. But I did Google why do graves face west? And the first thing that popped up was in Jewish cemeteries, they will all face west because they want to face their homeland of Israel, in hopes that, you know, they can return there after death. So easy answer. There it is right there. I was wondering because it was very curious. And very obvious, actually, you know, aside from that one, every single one of these facing west. So very obvious, besides that one that was all weird. So I don't know what's going on with that one, but there's the answer. They're in hopes that after death, by facing west with their grave, that they'll be able to return to their homeland of Israel. So there we go. I just learned something right now, and I think that's very cool, actually. I think it's super cool. All right, rocket launching water's right there. I got to walk behind it. it is just, I mean, look at it, it's just shooting, it's going far. And it's gonna get me if I don't get out of the way, so I'm gonna hurry up. Uh-oh, this one's chasing me. No, I gotta run. Oh man, dude, that was not nice. All right, this one says Heller, and this one, no way. Okay, this is a complete accident, guys. So on my list of places to visit was this one. This is the mausoleum and final resting place of Levi Strauss. And you guys all know Levi Strauss because you're probably wearing a pair of Levi jeans right now. Wow, that is so cool and so random. Okay, I get it. All right, you know what? It's confusing because I did see a sign now that I think about it. The main sign coming in says Hills of Eternity on the right. And then there was the same sign said a different cemetery on the left. I forget what the name of that one was. But this is apparently where I was going to go next. And this was a complete accident because I thought it was two separate graveyards, cemeteries. But it's the same, and it's just built on two different sides of the street. So that water is still coming after me. This is huge, though. My goodness, I saw this from way across the way, and it is, I mean, it is ginormous. Let's see if we could take a peek in and see inside this little, okay, there's a good hole right here. Oh, wow, that is beautiful. Looks like there's 3 benches, there's some plants there. And there you go, Levi Strauss, actually. Let me try to get over there. He's on the left, on the bottom right there. Wow, so February 26, 1829 to September 26, I believe. I can't really read it. 1902. I can't read it. It's too like light. I can't really tell. But wow, this was a complete accident. This was going to be a separate video, but we're going to go ahead and we're going to put it in here. Wow, this is most of his family is here too. I'm seeing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, at least 6, and then there's a couple of other empty spots in case. But wow, very cool. Total accident. I'm gonna walk around this thing so you guys can see the size. Like this is, I mean, you know, this is a pretty big one too, right? But most of them are a lot smaller. Like you see this Lewis one. But God, I just saw how big this one was. From walking, across the way when I was going to my car, and it is huge. I mean, that is really tall, but it's also really wide. I mean, it is super wide. You just don't see them that wide normally. We did see the really big one of Hearst the other day, and that one's huge too. That one's like very grand. This one is, I don't know, it's got a dome on top, so I don't know if it's, what is it, the San Francisco Museum of Fine Arts has a building like that, I believe. So I don't know if that's kind of what the replica is, but God, it's so big. And this was a total accident. Wow, okay, well, there we go. Knock out 2 birds with 1 stone, and didn't even plan that, so there we go. This is going to be a little bit longer video now, which is totally okay. Look at the moss growing on the trees here. So, a little bit about Colma. So like I said, it is a modern day necropolis, but it is right on the like I said, the Pacific Ocean's over there. The bay, the San Francisco Bay, is this way, and it is always foggy here. It's always moist and cold. It's always cold. It's like 50 degrees here right now, so I am a little bit shivering if you can see that in the camera on my hand. But you look at all these, tombstones, and they all have moss all over the city. I did another video. And the same thing, because it's always so moist out here, you're gonna have moss growing on these, obelisks and headstones, and it's just because the weather, it's always wet out here. These ones actually look really cool as well, and these take a beating. I can't even read what these say, to be honest with you. Like you just can't. This one says, I see June 9th, 1869, but that's it. So everything is cold and moist here. It's never hot. I mean, I don't know that I've ever been here when it's actually like considered a hot California day. But there we go, Levi Strauss. God, I mean, you guys are all wearing blue jeans. He is the creator. He created and patented what the blue jean is today. The material, just everything. He started. I believe he started as workwear, and now it's just everybody wears jeans all the time. So very, very cool. All right, guys, we'll go ahead and end this here. Thanks for coming along on this grave tour again, and we'll keep finding more history around California and visiting places and paying our respects to more people that are important parts of history in California and the world, basically. So thank you very much, guys, and we will see you on the next tour. All right, so this cemetery is a little misleading. The sign at the front says Hills of Eternity, but if you look at this sign right when you pull in, Home of Peace is on the left side, Hills of Eternity is on the right. Pretty trippy.